welcome. How are you doing today? So, my dad is coming over this afternoon. He's bringing his dog. We're gonna hang out in the yard and be socially distant. It'll be nice. So I'm going into town, and I'm not going into town. I'm going to the stoplight. We have a stoplight. It's 6 or 7 miles from my house, but it's the stoplight. And they've got a joint there that sells Chinese food and pizza, and it's run by a Cambodian family. I mean, they've been in the States for a long time, but yeah, their food's really good. If you like baller Chinese food or pizza, I'm not gonna name the place because I don't want you to show up at my joint. Not that you would. Nobody watches this shit. Anybody who watches this who would ever plan to be anywhere near me, is someone I'd want to see. So okay. It is weird to me that people will behave a certain way, they portray a person in their YouTube videos, and then they act like maniacs on Twitter. Listen, motherfucker, I act like a maniac on all social media platforms. I keep that fucking lunatic energy. But yeah, there was a person who I've complained about in videos before because she's really hyper-focused on Gabby Hanna and really immersed herself in situations revolving around Gabby Hanna. And I kind of hit a point where I was like, oh, I thought you had your shit together, but you really don't. And I'm not really interested in watching the content of the person that I've found out you are. But I still followed her on Twitter because I kind of hoped that she would recover from this, that it was just a funk, and then she'd get back on track, and I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna subscribe again. I want to see what she has to say about other shit. Her name is Alicia. Her channel is Hello Leash. I have complained about her before. I have not dedicated a whole thing to being breaking down Hello Leash's channel and why I have problems with her. I've just mentioned in passing that she does dumb shit and annoys me. Yeah, I was still following her on Twitter, and she's still doing the same bullshit. And earlier today, or maybe it was last night, but I saw her tweet saying I've only made 2 videos in the past several months about Gabby Hanna, while these other, commentary channels have made much more than I have. What makes it different? Is it because they're men? It's because they're men. I'm a feminist. I'm not an idiot. I recognize when things are incorrect, and I recognize when things are out of proportion. It's not because other people have made multiple videos about a person who she's also claiming she's only made 2 videos about, which is not true. She has made many videos that are related to Gabby Hanna over the past couple months. It hasn't just been 2 videos. Her life online has been Gabby Hanna for months now. But the difference is that she doesn't post as often. These other people are posting a video every day, almost. So, if in the past several months they've made, multiple videos about a certain person, well, yeah, because they've been making multiple videos about multiple things, about other stuff. So she said, what's the difference? Is it because they're guys? And I said, maybe it's because you really heavily inserted yourself personally into this situation with Gabby Hanna. And her good friend, her good Judy, one of her big six, she's got a name for her friend group, 34 years old. Okay. But her good Judy starts defending her, and I can tell by the profile picture another person who's much younger jumps in to call me a Gabby Hanna stan, which is hilarious, because the reason that I started to question Alicia in the first place is because said she was a Gabby Hanna fan, and I was like, honey, you grown. You are too grown. You are too grown to call yourself a fan of Gabby Hanna. What's wrong with you? So she waits like a whole 21 hours to reply to me, uses some stupid Bugs Bunny gif, and called me a clown who only follows her to be confrontational, and that I have no life if all I'm doing is wasting my time paying attention to her. Now, ma'am, I don't think it's a very good idea to, I just spit on my steering wheel, to tell your subscribers or followers that if they're paying attention to you, they have no life. I have a life. And I was using my time, my life, an unrenewable resource, to follow you and keep up with what you were doing, ma'am. But if that makes me a fucking loser clown, well, shit. Love to hear what you think about the rest of your subscribers who just slurp up every single thing that you do with absolutely zero critical thinking skills. But I can tell from the other people in the thread who LOL'd at me, they're younger. And I guess that's what her fan base is supposed to be. She and her big dick 6 friends have decided they're older women who are going to mentor younger women because they know what the fuck they're doing. And when a woman their own age says, I don't know, maybe, they're like, loser. Okay, well, you're right. I am a loser. I wasted my time on her. But, you know, someone else replied to my tweet saying, and I think it was her good Judy who did it. She's got an unfortunate name. I'm sorry her parents named her Ambrose, but that's not her fault. Saying, oh, well, you know, how is that different from when Angelica Oles, Dustin Daly, I never, got personally directly involved with Gabby Hanna. How is it different when they did it from when Alicia did it? And my only answer to that was, I'm sorry, my bad. I missed the part where Dustin Daly, Angelica Oles, and I never got so heavily invested in the fucking Gabby Hanna fandom that they invited a woman, 14 years their junior, from several states away to visit them at their home and make a collab video about why Gabby Hanna and her fans are bad. And you know, I love it when people like her, I had this issue with Pastel Belle as well. Pastel Belle is a person who refuses to take any kind of criticism at all. Now, I can understand it a little bit more from her because I think she's like 22 or 23. But as I get older, I learn more and more, your age doesn't fucking matter because you can be an idiot forever. Evidence, right here. Idiots for life. But she called me a clown. She was rude and insulting to me. She was not going to engage in a conversation. She was just going to say, I'm going to be rude and shut you down because that looks good for me in front of the people who agree with me. That's fine. But she made it so that I couldn't reply to her. And I tried twice. And I checked to see if she'd blocked me, and she hadn't. But Twitter, I don't know if she actually did anything to make this happen, but I couldn't reply to her tweet where she was speaking to me directly. Which kind of sucks, because, I had pulled a clip that was, very fitting from one of her own videos to use in reply to her. So that was the point where you're left with, well, all I can do really is quote tweet you to say what I have to say. Which, I don't really have an audience on Twitter, you know? I've had the account for, 10 years, but, I don't have a lot of followers. I'm not a person who's, trying to be a social media person. I have a normal life and a normal job, and I only do this shit because, I need to talk more than the amount of, therapy I can, afford. I'm gonna run inside and get my pizza. I'll be back. I got my pizzas. I got a variety pack of White Claw. The new flavors. I like those better than the original. What was I complaining about? People on the internet who get on my nerves? Probably that, yeah. Something fun, though, is that this gas station I go to at the stoplight, they have rat snacks, which I don't find often. Although I know Master P created rat snacks, and he made like a fortune off of like signing a deal with fucking Walmart to have all of his fucking products in their stores, which I think is fantastic. Good for him, dude. That's amazing. But yeah, so I have my desk neighbor at work is from Louisiana, Lake Charles. So every time I see Rap Snacks, that specifically, like, a lot of them have, like, Louisiana flavors. So, like, last week, I got her some, like, Louisiana Cheetos or whatever. Today, they've got ramen noodles in a cup now. Rap Snacks, Icon Ramen Noodles, Louisiana hot and spicy chicken flavor. Oh, I am pumped. Because last Sunday, when I went to the stoplight to get a pizza, I went next door to get cigarettes, and I got her those Rat Snacks. But I left them on my kitchen island and forgot about them. So Friday morning, I grabbed them and I brought them to work, and like when I was walking past her desk, I like set them in her inbox. And I was like, here you go, Louisiana. And, you know, I was like, I'm sorry I forgot about these all week. I meant to give them to you on Monday. She's like, no, this is a perfect Friday treat. This is
White Vein Mango Kratom.
that I'm drinking. I kind of wore myself out.
Cleaning the bathtub. Lime scale is a nightmare. I got a brand new
Like plastic scrubby scour thing and just like tore it apart in like an hour trying to scrub out.
lime scale. It's a nightmare, like truly. It builds up so fast. But yeah, I wore myself out cleaning the fucking bathroom.
So I'm drinking
Some kratom to like give me a little boost, because it used to, you know, kratom used to like give me a buzz, you know, and I think it's that way for a lot of people, which was great when I was in a part of my life where I was self-medicating a lot. But now that, you know, like I'm on a mood stabilizer, being like correctly treated for my like brain disorders, it doesn't like get me high anymore, or like give me like a, oh, I feel good. It just wakes me up way better than caffeine. And I think that's because
it is somewhat related to the coffee
plant. That could be wrong. You know, when I worked at the apothecary, I mean, the guy who owned the place didn't believe in pharmaceutical medicine or doctors. Fun fact, he fired me in a series of voicemails that he left me while I was in the emergency room. There was another girl who got fired
because he found out she had to
go to the doctor too. So I don't know how much bullshit and lies I was told about alternative medicine, natural medicine, plant medicine. I'm not, like, I believe in like natural medicine, right? Because if we didn't have natural medicine, we wouldn't have modern fucking prescription medicine. Dude, what they fucking literally did was they found these fucking plant properties that had these benefits, and then they isolated and synthesized, not synthesized? They synthesized these fucking properties
to make
a more effective.
medicine.
I don't understand why people don't. I mean, I guess I didn't either, you know. But, you know, different people learn different things based on their life experiences,
Okay, babe.
Your dad's there. Wonder Man's upstairs in the big room.
Okay.
See you soon.
Okay, have
We
fun.
need to text him in September.
Okay.